What's up, everybody? This is Benfica in 10. I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm actually really excited to get this project started. As you know, this is all about, and yeah, it's all about Benfica. I wanted to do a quick video, 10 minutes or less, about everything going on with our club right now. And today's been some great news. It's actually Tuesday. I'm gonna release this on Wednesday, but today's Tuesday. Um, we have the game up against Alf to talk about, which we won 3-0. We have the Galatasaray game in which we won in Turkey for the first time. Thank God, because I hate the Turkish teams and their fans. We have Bruno Lage actually signed a new contract that keeps him in the club until 2023, which he had already signed, but for the B team, but now it's for the A team. And yeah, great things ahead for our club. And let's get straight to it. I really want to talk about Bruno Lage, who I think has revived our team. I think that's the main point I want to get to today, about how our team has been revived from a team that's very slow, sideways passing, boring, accepting pressure from the opponents, while Bruno Lage is very high press. Players know exactly where to be, whether we're defending or attacking. Each player has a vital role now. It's not just about individual brilliance like it was with Rio Vitória, but now it's actually about playing as a team and knowing exactly where to be at all times. I think we've been seeing that week in and week out. The first few games we started off a bit slow. I think that's natural though, with a new coach and things like that. But I have to give the man huge credit. A guy who gets thrown into a situation where we're 7 points behind Porto. And we could go 2 years without winning the title, right? So the pressure's high on us. We have underperforming players, unmotivated players. The fans are unhappy at this point. The stadium's not getting filled how it was before. And basically just a bad time for the club, in which when Bruno Lage took over, I believe we were in 4th place or 3rd. I'm pretty sure it was 4th. Sporting were looking better than us. Braga were looking much better than us, and Porto was 7 points ahead of us. So everything looked wrong. But wow, he changed it around. To go to Guimarães away twice and win twice, 2 clean sheets. To beat Sporting 2 times in a row in just 4 days. To lose to Porto, in my opinion, robbed. I think we should have won that game, or at the very least drew that game. That could have took us to penalties, right? We all know what happened in that situation, but the style in which we played against Porto, in my opinion, was a good style. And I think he went head on against Porto, something we hadn't seen in many years. Against Sporting, we whooped them, and whooped them bad. I mean, for real. I hadn't seen Benfica dominate Sporting like that since maybe the JJ era, even the early JJ era. In which we won 4-1 in Taça de Liga. But to do it in the Liga, in such a high pressure moment in which Sporting had to win, Benfica had to win, it was no room for a mistake from either side. And we absolutely destroyed them with what used to be considered our worst striker, and then a 19-year-old as well, so Seferovic and João Felix. And it was an absolutely incredible game. So Bruno Lage has completely changed our team. Why? Well, I just had to put it down to his training style, the way he motivates these players. With Bruno Lage, Gabriel said it, they train differently. He expects more from them. The training is much harder than what it was before. And I think that's good. We need to keep these players fit. We need to keep them motivated. When you have training sessions in which I wasn't there for Rio Vitória training sessions, nor am I there for Bruno Lage either. But Rio Vitória, everything seems so slow, so calm, so it's okay if we sit back and they press. That shouldn't be the case. It should always be a case in which Benfica are on the front foot. We are always pressing. Of course, you're going to have 10 or 15 minutes there where the other team look better. That's only natural in football. But with Bruno Lage, you could see everyone has a purpose. The training in terms of free kicks, corners, everything is so much better. How had we not scored a free kick yet in the Liga while Rio Vitória was in charge this season? But when Bruno Lage takes over, we score almost every single game from a free kick. It's worked on in training. And Rio Vitória, I give him credit for winning the titles he won, even though in my opinion, thinking back, I think JJ still won us those titles with the team that he created, and how well those players played for him. They just continued on. But getting rid of Rio Vitória was the right decision. It took 2 months too long. It should have happened in November, and maybe we would have been in first. But at the end of the day, I'm super happy with him signing a new contract, him getting a raise, I'm sure, and him staying at the club as the first team coach. And hopefully we just continue this of using youth, of using good football. Finally, I'm excited to watch Benfica every single week. It feels good to know that more than likely we're going to play well. And even if we don't win, we tried. We went for it. Sometimes you're just unlucky and you don't win, like against that game against Porto, in which we were robbed. Moving on, the Galatasaray game. Not gonna lie, when I saw that starting 11 with Salvio and Servi, in my opinion, the two worst wingers on the team. That was to me the worst decision by Bruno Lage. But anyway, Jetson and Fiorentino, who Fiorentino's only 19, had only played one game, and it was only for a few minutes in the 18. Jetson hasn't played a lot lately, so he's still quite inexperienced at this level, but it's a risk. To play Yuri Ribeiro, who I don't like, I think is not good enough for Benfica, but anyway, he played him. And to play Corsia, who hadn't really played for the A team. He did play a few times for the B team before this game, I guess to get in game rhythm. And obviously we have Fajo, who is a young centre-back who had only played a few games before as well. I was shocked at the starting 11. I honestly was, and I thought, what is Bruno Lage doing here? Clearly, he doesn't care about the Europa League. Clearly, his focus is to win the Liga, which I'm fine with. But I just wouldn't have made so much changes. But guess what? He proved us all wrong. Not only did we win, I thought we controlled Galatasaray quite easily. I don't think they tested us much. And I think we looked good, and we could have maybe scored one more. But to win 2-1 away from him in Turkey in what is called hell, I have to give Bruno Lage a lot of credit, because even this second string team, they know how to almost play as well as the first team, and that's credit to training again. Of course, I think if Salvio and Servi hadn't played, and maybe we had played Zivkovic, Rafa, I think we could have did even better. Obviously, Salvio scored the penalty, which I appreciate, but he had another poor game. I think Salvio is yet to play well since his injury. He's injured again now. And Servi, I've said it from the beginning, I just don't think Servi is a player for Benfica. Hopefully we sell him this summer. And I honestly think we should sell Salvio as well if his form continues to drop like this. Moving on, because I only got 3 minutes left. Alves, away from him. I was very nervous because Inácio is obviously, he hates Benfica, the Alves coach, Inácio. But we did well. We scored right away. Alves had a point in which they tried to come back, and we desperately needed the second goal. And Rafa's continuing his great form, scoring that great second goal. It's Ron Felix' small little flick that gets him the assist. And Fajo scores the direct goal and gets a red card. The red card's a red card. I said it on Twitter before he got the red that, in my opinion, Fajo looks a much more complete tackler than Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias is still a very amateur player when it comes to tackling his opponents. He should have been sent off. I have to agree with the analysts that are saying Benfica escaped the extra red card, because Ruben Dias should have been sent off. That second yellow at the end, it should have been a second yellow. Ruben Dias, I don't understand why he had to make that tackle. Then with 3-0 up, and what was it, the 88th minute? The game was basically over. There was no way they were going to score 3 goals. He risked missing against Chaves, and if he misses, Fajo misses, Jardel and Conte still injured. Now we would have had to play with Samaris and Kalaika, two players that's never played together as centre-backs. So I just think he has to work on that. But other than that, Rafa, a very good game. Samaris, very good game. I was saying that maybe we shouldn't re-sign Samaris, but the man has proven a new life under Bruno Lage. Playing very well. And I think maybe he should sign on. Gabriel, another game where no, he doesn't assist and no, he doesn't score. I saw somebody on Twitter, so-called analyst, say that Gabriel is not very good because he only has 1 goal and no assist. They clearly don't watch football, or they clearly don't watch Benfica, I should say, because Gabriel is much more than just a player who can score or assist, because he doesn't do that very often. But from box to box, the pressing, the high pressure, the organization that him and Pizzi create together, they set Benfica apart from any other team right now. And I have a good feeling going into the game against Porto that we can beat Porto. Obviously, Fajo probably won't play with the 2-game suspension, but Jardel should be back. Listen, even if we don't win the Liga this year, it's clear signs that with Bruno Lage, give him a preseason, give him some players that he actually wants, give him the youth that he wants, and we can win the league next season for sure. This year is still possible, but next year for sure. 30 seconds left. 2 questions. Gabriel is actually Portuguese and Brazilian. Would you take him in the national team? And the other question is, who would you play as centre-back against Chaves? Would you play Samaris, who's played centre-back more than a few times? Or would you call up Kalaika and keep Samaris as your number 6? Kalaika, who plays for the B team and actually assisted Willock. So you guys leave your comments below. Tell me how you feel about the game, everything else about the video. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Força Benfica, and I hope to see you guys next week after another couple of wins. Alright, Força Benfica.